Good morning, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is still in the spirit of low cost, high yield. It aims to teach you, with minimal knowledge and not too many euros, how to transform any basic pedal board, such as the G29 or T3PA, into a pedal board. Let's use the term currently in use, haptic, meaning a pedal board that vibrates. We will use an eccentric electric motor and a shaker bus. The electric motor will be used for the brake pedal and the shaker bus for the accelerator. Initially, I already showed you a vibrating pedal board that uses only a shaker bus, but the shaker bus, in reality, cannot transmit the correct vibration to the pedal regarding the ABS. Why is that? Because I need to have a strong sensation of the ABS engaging under my foot, and the reason is that when I start braking, the ABS should not engage unless it's to stop me from sliding. When I feel the pedal vibrating, I need to feel it. Well, I slightly lift the brake and continue my actual braking, not interfered with by the ABS. If I don't have this perception on the brake pedal, having a vibrating pedal board is almost useless. The shaker bus, at least a 25-watt one, cannot transfer this sensation, so unless you mount a shaker bus as big as the world, it's pointless to do it in the end, or at least it's of little use. Therefore, the way I will explain it to you today is a simpler, but above all, better way. Owners of a 600-700 euro pedal board may wrinkle their noses at this, but secondly, I don't see why they should watch this video, because fundamentally, this video can serve those who are fortunate enough to spend all that money or don't want to, but still want to engage in a DIY project that is well done and effective enough to do its job. So now let's look at the shopping list. We take the Pirla and put it here. The first thing we need is a small motor with two eccentric. A motor that I recommend must run at 6 volts, because if it only works at 12, it won't function, as we will use an amplifier to make it run. Amplifiers output alternating current at 6 volts. By the way, I have to thank Cristiano, who follows me on the channel, for everything I'm telling you. He gave me some advice and I occasionally interact with him. Thank you, Cristiano. Greetings. Well, back to us. I got it on Amazon, so you just need to take this title and enter it on Amazon to find it. But you can save a little. We're talking about euros, because there are already few for purchases, by going to AliExpress and getting a corresponding one. You can also find a cam. It's better at 2 cams. Look, it really vibrates. Then you will need an amplifier. I chose this one. You can also find it on AliExpress, because on Amazon they cost double. It arrives at your home with free shipping. You actually spend $22.39, and if it arrives and you don't like it, look, they will take it back for you for free. On AliExpress, you will also find this, which is a bridge rectifier to convert alternating current into direct current. That is, to transform the current coming from the amplifier and send it to the motor so that it can be used. Then you will need a 25-watt shaker bus for the accelerator. Be careful not to push the amplifier channel to the maximum, even though this amplifier, which says 1600 watts here, will actually output only about 30 watts from its channel. It's a bit smoke and mirrors, but for what we need, it's more than sufficient. Now, what you need to do is take your amplifier, connect it to the audio board, then to one of the 2 outputs, and go to the back of one of the 2 outputs, which are essentially this one. Connect it directly to the shaker, then to one of the other 2. Connect the bridge rectifier from the amplifier to AC and to the crossed one, so to the one on the opposite side in both directions. So one to the red of the amplifier and the other to the black of the amplifier Then pull two wires from this tab to this tab that go to the motor, to our eccentric motor. Now, let's go. This is my cam. I renew myself, and I can do it like this. I close this, and here we have our SimHub. Let's go to the ABS effect, which is this one, and let's see what I have done down here. Now, I'll show you. Enlarge. Then, we'll do this. Let's see if I can. Perfect. We only need this to start the motor. Perfect. It works for me. Now, I take my phone, which I'm using as a webcam, and I'll show you, I hope, what I've done. So, this here is the shaker bus on the accelerator, pedal, and this here is my eccentric motor. Now I take the mouse in hand and do a test. Do you feel the vibrations? Anyway, you see the motor starting. Perfect. Now this pedal set, I assure you, gives you photonic sensations. Then we go back here. What have I done on that pedal set? Audio output, we put this here, and I did this to have some tests. So, on channel 1, I only put the ABS. I didn't want anything else. I want a clean channel. On channel 2, instead, I put the RPMs just slightly, indicated 57% traction control and loss of eye traction. So I will feel on the accelerator when the TC kicks in if I have a car with TC, or when I lose traction if I have an uncontrolled car. Here, my pedal set can be enhanced. You can also add road, vibration, or other things. However, my pedal set is really communicative, and I didn't have to change the pedal set. I just had to update my base pedal set provided in the bundle with a C29, a C800, or a T900. Any simulator? Any device? I find myself very well. I read that with the pedalboard everything changes. In reality, I think the most important part is the use of the pedalboard and braking, but not so much in the pressure phase. That's why I find pedalboards that exert a lot of force and resistance a bit overrated. For me, the release moment is much more important, meaning when I enter a corner, I have to guide the car into the corner and to the apex. But those are fairly normal things. I got into my calm car, started pressing the brake, and tried to replicate what happens in my car, which is not a GT3 but still a good sports car. Of course, it's not possible to do it 100%, and I don't think it's even possible with much more renowned pedalboards. I've tried them, but I assume that to understand them you need to try them for a long time. With this solution, as you saw, for 40 euros, I completely revamped my old pedalboard without going for a purebred one. Now we all start from there, and then you can decide whether to spend 30, 40 euros or 100 euros. Everyone can do what they want with their concerns. So, I give you my advice, which is not a better than other advice, but guys, it can also be done this way. But above all, the beauty is having done it with your own hands. In my opinion, doing something with your own hands is always very satisfying, even if it sometimes means making compromises because we don't have the means or the skills to achieve what we want. Let's say those who study us, take the time, invest in us. I thank you for being with me. I invite you to take this step and then tell me if you enjoyed it, if you had fun at least doing it. Thank you very much for being with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye. See you.